Alright, Fusion, let's get into our full body mobility warm-up here. So you can follow along with me. I'm going to take you through our quick warm-up here. Okay, so we're going to start up top as usual. We're going 3 neck circles each direction. Get a nice full range of motion here. Get all warmed up. 3 each way. Alright, next we're moving down to the shoulders. Okay, let's get those shoulder rotations. 3 big shoulder rotations each direction. We're not getting the arms into it yet. Make sure we're getting that full range of motion here. Once you're through those, get the arms into it. 3 big arm circles backwards, and then forwards is next. Alright, let's move down to the lower back. Okay, let's get those hands up above your head, and we're side bending to the right. Get a good stretch here. After a second hold, coming down to the left side. We're going 3 on each side. Should feel a good stretch here right through your rib cage. Up to your shoulder. Nice. Alright, next let's get those hands back up above head, and we're bending down, touching our toes. Couple seconds stretch in the hamstrings, and then we're extending back. Inside. Let's repeat this 3 times. Get a good stretch here, get that back nice and warmed up. Nice. Alright, next we're going to do some rotations. So let's get those arms out front, interlock the fingers, and we're rotating to each side. Don't be afraid to lift that opposite heel. Get a good range of motion here. Let's go 5 on each side. Good. Okay, now we're moving down to the hips. So we'll start with our hip circles, or I call them open the gate, close the gate. So standing on one leg, lift that knee up, and we're extending it back like you're bringing your leg over a hurdle. Okay, so once you've gone 3 in one direction, same leg, flip the direction. So start out back, step over that hurdle. Make sure you're getting that knee nice and high. Good. Once you're done there, switch over to the left side, same thing. 3, open the gates. So really get that full range of motion here in that hip. Once you've gone through 3, again, 3 in the other direction. Good stuff. Okay, next one. We're going to get a nice wide stance here. Keep those heels on the floor for the whole motion here, okay? Don't let those heels come off the ground. We're squatting down to one side, nice and low. You should feel a good stretch in the inside of that extended leg. Okay, we're getting that adductor. Couple second hold, coming up to the middle, and going down to the other side. Notice both my heels are still on the floor. Okay, we're going 3 on each side here. Try to get nice and low. Don't let your arms rest on your knee. Really challenge yourself here. Get nice and low. 3 on each side. Keep that chest up. Good. Okay, next one. We're doing some split squats. Okay, so get a nice long stance here. Back leg staying nice and straight. And we're split squatting down. Make sure that knee is getting right above those toes. We're going 5 on each side. You guys should be feeling it nice and tight in your hip here. Once you've done 5, switch over to the other side. Like I said, don't be afraid to get that knee right over your toes. Weight should be in the hip. Good. Okay, next one. We're going single leg RDLs, so single leg deadlifts. Okay, so I want you guys to focus here. Keep those hips square to the ground. So when we come down, don't let those hips open up. We're staying nice and square to the floor. Okay, so we're hinging over, standing on one leg. Slight bend in the knee. As you hinge over, other leg goes straight back behind you. Then we're coming back to center. Keep that back nice and straight. Nice and tight. Should feel a slight stretch in your hamstring on every rep. Okay, once you've done 3, switch it over to the other side. Make sure those hips are staying nice and square. Okay, as an extra challenge, don't let your other leg touch the floor when you get to the top. Okay, good. There's 3 on each side. Last one, we got ninja squats. Okay, so we're up on our toes. Feet are about shoulder width apart here. Keeping our balance. Don't let those heels touch the floor for the whole movement. Okay, stay up on the balls of your feet. We're squatting down nice and slow. Knees come to the ground. And then we're coming all the way back up. Okay, make sure those knees are coming off the ground at this exact same time. Take these nice and slow. Not looking for speed here. One more. Beautiful. There we go. All right, that wraps up your full body mobility.
Okay, mobility for day 2 for all teams. We are going to do 3 different movements. We're going to start with a squat to sky reach. We're going to perform 5 reps here. In the squat, I want the feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. You're going to get into a nice deep squat, keeping the heels on the ground as much as we can. We're going to take one arm and we're going to reach up to the sky and plant the opposite arm to the floor. Okay? I want you to rotate the torso as much as you can. Don't worry about how far the hand goes. Worry about turning the rib cage as much towards the opposite knee as best you can. When you go through the rotation, hold here. You can even include a breath and then an exhale as you go through that rotation. After 5 here, we'll get up and we'll go into our next movement. Okay, now we're going to go on to kneeling mountain climber to hamstring bow. So from this position, we're going to get into a mountain climber from the kneeling position. So I want a nice deep kneel, hips to heels. You're going to step that foot forward, getting the foot in line with your hand here. From that position, we're going to sit back into the hamstring bow, ideally shifting your hips all the way back towards the heel, trying to straighten that front knee as much as you can, and then reverse the action. So hips to heels, rock forward, step that foot through, hand in line with your heel, and then sit back onto that hamstring bow, getting the heels right back, or the hips, right back to the heels. We're going to do 4 on each side here, okay? Pause each one of those stretched positions. So you're going to take a pause when hips go to heels. You're going to take a pause when the heel comes forward towards the hand. And then you're going to take a pause at the end of the hamstring bow. Good. As we're going through this, try to maintain a nice flat back when we're transitioning every one of our movements. We're going to get a little bit of pelvic tuck or hip tuck at the end range of some of the movements, but as we transition one to the other, keep a nice long straight spine here. On this last round here, focusing on those end ranges, again, pause each position. Last movement from there is going to be a single leg RDL with a twist. We're going to go onto a wall for a hand supported position here. Stay about a meter away from the wall, enough room so that we can get our torso and our hands in a nice long extended position here. From this long position, we're going to rotate open towards the wall in front of you. You're going to pause that position and then you're going to transition the hands and rotate that torso into that hip. Okay, that's going to count as 1 rep. We're going to do 5 here. We want to maintain long lines as best we can. So from heel to shoulder, we're staying nice and long throughout the range of motion. Ideally, we're turning the shoulders into the hips and away from the hips. Okay, so use your hands to guide the movement here, keeping that straight leg on the top and maintaining foot pressure on the grounded leg. Once you're done 5, reset the hinge position. Okay, walk those hands open, rotate the torso, and then maintain good stability throughout the movement. As you're going through this, okay, nice straight leg. Ideally, we're staying parallel to the floor the whole time. Good. Focus on that hip, creating a lot of the torque through the movement. So we're rotating into that hip, trying to get as much rotation as possible. That's our first set. We'll perform our second set after rest. Okay, moving on to set 2. Back into the squat to sky reach, 5 reps here. Okay, as we're going through this range of motion, again, let's focus on nice, long, tall spine. Okay, we're trying not to have any kind of flexion through the spine here. Lisa's going to maintain good alignment throughout the range of motion. Heels stay glued to the ground here. Again, let's focus through that rib cage, turning as much as we can through the upper spine as you go through that reach. After 5 reps, we're going to go right to the ground to the kneeling position. Kneeling to mountain climber, okay, to hamstring bow. Don't forget with this one, pause each one of those stretched positions, feel the end range, feel where you're tight, okay, and focus on breathing through those movements. Ideally, we want to rock the hips into each one of those positions. So we rock the hips back all the way to the heel. We're going to step through, all right, and then we're going to perform the hamstring bow. Okay, take your time, especially in that hamstring bow. For those of you that have tight hamstrings, we'll take some extra time here. Try to work towards a straight knee. If you don't get to a straight knee, that's fine. 4 on each side here, and then we'll go on to the last exercise. Last exercise, again, single leg RDL with the twist. Okay, maintain nice long positions from heel to shoulder. Okay, parallel thigh to the ground. Use the hands to rotate the torso. You really want to feel that you're rotating into that hip when you turn the torso in. Okay, we really want to feel like we're pushing through the ground on the external rotation. Take your time in every one of those movements. Again, if you need to take a breath to create more range of motion, do that once you get into the end range. After 5 reps, okay, other leg, reset your positioning, thigh stays parallel to the ground, straight line from heel to shoulder. Good. Just like we do with the squat and reach, okay, really focus on using the torso to create rotation, all right? And this one, we're coordinating the hips with the rib cage to generate that turn. Nice job. Second set done.
All right, so let's start our crawling, walking part of our workout. Okay, we're gonna start with some duck walks, okay? We have 8 in here. You just need about a little bit longer than a yoga mat if you have it, and we'll go back and forth. Okay, so duck walks, we're gonna get low to the ground. Nice squat position, okay? And we're gonna take that first step out, or drop the knee, take a nice long step so that the back leg extends, and we're sort of rotating our hips around, okay? You wanna try and have a nice stable, so minimize that rotation in the upper body, and we're getting that rotation mainly in the hips. All right, so we'll take a little break, and we'll do 3 sets. All right, okay, we'll do one more. So let's drop the knee and get a big enough step that your back leg extends as you step through. That's it. Make sure we get that rotation, so you bring that knee out and around to get a good rotation there. Awesome. Okay, so we've got one more set. Just working on hip mobility and dropping that knee. Get a bit of a quad stretch in there as well. And one more time. That's it. Good job. All right, that's it for the duck walks. We'll go on to the next one. All right, so welcome to your crawling and walking section for your workout. You just need about like 5 yards worth of space, the length of a yoga mat, and that's it. So if you have longer, then just go for that longer length, but otherwise we're just going back and forth. Okay, so we're gonna first start with heel to toe walks. Okay, so we're really focusing on, starting in that heel, going up to our toe, and then stepping onto our next foot on the heel, just really getting that flexed foot in there. Okay, and now turning around. So really exaggerated walk here, pointing that toe up and walking up all the way up to the toes, and we're taking small steps. Okay, so notice how with Aiden, when he walks up, his heel touches kind of where the other foot toe is down. Okay, so we're going there and back twice, and we'll take a little break. Okay, so Aiden will come back again. Again, that full range of motion. Really exaggerate. He's kind of hopping up and down where his head is. And so now we'll just kind of shake it out, little break. We'll do this 3 times. Okay, so you ready?
Yep.
We'll go again. Again, heel all the way up to the toe, flexing that foot, so bringing your toes up to the ceiling. Small steps. Turning around. That's it. And we're just walking here. Working on that ankle mobility, ankle motion. There we go. Up. It's got a little bounce. And we'll come back and have another break before we finish off with our last set of these walks. That's it. All right, shake it out. Okay, we'll get ready. Even do some little ankle circles if you want. All right, and last set. Last set. Here we go. That's it. Making sure that we have that good dorsiflexion. Okay, so we want to really make sure that our toes are pointing up towards the ceiling in our walks. That's it. All the way up onto our toes, so our height doesn't change throughout all sets. Yeah, pop up. There you go. And last leg here until we move on to our next walk or crawl. All right, good work. Okay, take about a 15-second break and we'll move on to the next. All right, now we're gonna head into our second crawl or walk. Okay, so we are going to do ninja walks. Ninja meaning on the balls of your feet, so the forefront of your feet, your heels are off the ground, and we're essentially going to do walking lunges with our heels raised. Okay, so we're gonna take narrow steps as well. We're gonna do 5 one way. We wanna make sure that our feet, our heels are off the ground. That's it. And we're taking small steps, nice and stable. Okay, we don't want our front knee to wobble or cave in. Okay, we want to be nice and stiff, nice and strong. So that's 10 steps that we're doing. I will take a little break and we'll do 3 sets. All right, so for this next set, we'll also want to focus, so same thing, but focus on the upper body. Okay, so you can go ahead. Okay, we're not slouching forward with each step. We have a nice, tall upper body. Okay, again, we're not swaying side to side or anything. It's nice and strong. That's it. Strong up and strong down. All right. Again, shake it out, and we'll finish with a 3rd set here. Okay, let's see if we can go down for depth. That's it. On your toes. Okay, heels off the ground. We want stability. That's it. Making sure that our heels are raised, never touching the ground. Good. All right, so that ends our crawl. Good work. All right, welcome guys. We are doing corrective lower body exercise for a single leg squat. We're going to work on your technique and form. So we have Brent here who is going to start with the modified version for a single leg squat for those that find it hard to find that knee stability in a single leg squat. So you find when you do the squat, your knee wobbles or caves in. Okay, so we want to get a resistance band hooked to around something at a table leg, okay, to your knee, so that it is actually the resistance is trying to pull your knee in And what you're doing is you're resisting that. So you're keeping your knee over your toe or a little bit out, and you're doing a single leg squat. Your depth, go as low as you can, okay, without collapsing the knee or knee wobble, right? You're going to do 8 each side. With here, once you have that knee control, you're going to go to what Aiden here is doing. So you're going to find the textbook for height, okay, and you're going to place your foot on it. You're going to keep your heel on the ground, so similar to our warm-up. You're going to have your weight on the opposite arm, the opposite side of your leg, and you're going to push forward. So keep that back leg straight, push, drive your knee forward, but not caving in, okay? You're going to do 8 on each side. Again, upper body is nice and straight. All right, once you've done that, we're going to switch to the other side. All right, so now we're on the other side. We've just switched our bike over here, but you can just simply turn around. Okay, so again, other leg, find that nice stability, and you're just going to do a single leg squat. Your depth depends on your ability to keep the good knee control, okay? Again, you want to have it so that the resistance band is pulling your knee in, but you're resisting that urge to collapse in. You're wanting to keep your knee stable. Okay, so you're doing, once you've got that knee stability, you're going to do what Aiden's doing. All right, keeping that heel on the ground at all times, but elevated on like a textbook or even a first step, and pushing through. All right, now we are done the first set. We're going to do 2 sets. Okay guys, we're back to, we're doing set number 2, so same thing on the other leg. Okay, for the knee control, all right, making sure that we're keeping our knee in line with our toe, even a little bit out. If you can get a little bit lower while keeping that knee control, then do that, but if not, stick within the range you can do. Okay, if you feel comfortable with that, you've got good knee control, head over to what Aiden is doing, where you're getting a textbook to have your front foot elevated, and you're pushing forward, driving that knee over your toe, but not collapsing or having it wobble. You're going to do 8 on that one side, and now we'll switch. All right, so now this is the last set on the other side of your leg, okay? So just switch sides. If you're doing what Aiden's doing, you can simply just turn around if you're doing the single leg squats like Brent is doing, but we move the bike so you can still see that good knee control. It's not caving in, it's going over the toe and going as far in depth squat as far as you can while keeping that good control. Okay, and again with Aiden, you want to drive that knee forward, keeping good knee control, especially when you're pushing to come back up, okay? And keeping that heel on the ground. You're going to do 8. All right, good work guys, grab some water. We're going to head on to some more lower body. All right, so now that we've worked on our single leg work with that knee stability, knee control, we're going to go into reverse lunge. Okay, so grab your weights if you have some. If not, no weight is fine, or even just some cans, holding cans. You're going to start in a nice strong position, and you're going to take a step backwards into a reverse lunge. Back and sit down, and then meet back up in the middle. So we're going to do 8 per side. Okay, so you can alternate between left and right. All right, we want to make sure that we have good knee control like we were practicing earlier. All right, especially in that initiating the up push. And we want to keep a nice tall upper back. Okay, so we don't want the weights to make us slouch forward. We want our chest to be out, shoulders down and back, and we're just sitting down nicely into that lunge. Okay, take a nice wide stance. If you find your stability is off, then take a smaller step. Once we're done that, we're going to head into our tib ant raises. So you're going to head to a wall. And we'll show from a front view this set, and next set we'll go to the side. Okay, so you're gonna lean, you're gonna have a bit of a hinge in the upper body, so it's just your butt touching the wall, and you're just going to raise your toes towards the ceiling, up and down. So you're working the front shin muscle there, your tibialis anterior. You're going to be doing 8. So let's go nice and slow. We'll do a 2-second count up, 2-second hold, and 2-second down. Okay, really focusing on getting those toes up towards your shin. All right, so that is set number 1. We're going to take a break, grab some water, and we'll start set number 2. All right, so we're ready for set number 2. I've just got Aiden here facing the other way so you can see from a different point of view. Okay, so again, we're going to do a reverse lunge. Okay, we're alternating between left and right. We're doing 8 per side. Okay, we want to really maintain good knee control. Okay, knee is over the toe or a little bit outside of the toe, so never caving in. And you're sitting back down and pushing up. So you want to make sure you have full foot contact on the front foot there. And your upper body is nice and tall. Okay, don't forget you're not slouching. And you're going to do 8 per side, holding a dumbbell in each hand or no weight at all. All right, now we're headed into our tibialis anterior raises. So again, a nice hinge. So we did work on our hinge before. Butt is touching the wall, and we're just lifting our toes off the ground as high as we can. We want a 2-second count up, 2-second hold, and a 2-second lower. Okay, we're going to be doing 8 of those. All right, so we're working on that muscle in the front shin there. That's it. Awesome. Okay, so that's set number 2. Grab some water. We've got about 20 seconds or 30 seconds break, and we'll continue on with our last set. All right, good job, guys. We've got one more set to go, our third set here for our reverse lunge. So again, you're stepping back, not stepping forward. Okay, keeping that good knee control. Okay, and throughout the whole range of motion, you want to step back so that we have a bit of a stretch there, but still maintain that stability. Your upper body is tall and in line with your hips. And your eyesight is also just looking a little bit ahead of you. And we're doing 8 per side. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to end this set with tibialis anterior raises. So against a wall, you're hinging, so it's just your butt resting against the wall, and you're lifting your heel or your toes up to your shins or up to the roof, the ceiling. 2-second count up, 2-second hold, and 2-second count down. You're doing 8 of these. All right, keeping that heel on the ground, a slight bend in the knee, and you're just moving the toes up. All right, good job, everybody. We're done the lower body, and we'll move on to the next. All right, guys, welcome. We're starting our upper body superset here. So with our first modified way of doing it, we are starting with some push-ups. Okay, so we're going to get Brent here. We're going to do an incline push-up. Okay, so you can use a table or a couch at home. Okay, we're going to start with a nice strong plank. Okay, we're not arching our back. Okay, we've got a nice pelvic tilt to have a flat back there. Our butt is also not up in the air, it's not sagging. Okay, and our shoulders are over our wrists. Okay, and we're now going to slowly lower. So you see here, Brent's elbows are coming out at about a 45-degree angle, and then drop and come up. So we're just focusing on the lowering. You're going to count to 5 seconds, lower down, drop, and reset. Make sure you take your time to reset properly. And your elbows are just coming out at a 45. They're not next to your body. They're also not out to the sides. All right, we're going to do 6 of these, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. So make sure throughout the whole lowering, you maintain that strong plank. Your shoulder blades are coming together, and you're nice and strong the whole way through. Okay, so now we're starting our last set now. We're going to go back into these eccentric push-ups. Okay, so here if you're doing modified, or if you're doing slow count, lower, hold, and up. Again, for all the movements, you want to have a nice strong plank. You're not sagging, or your butt isn't raised in the air. You want to have a nice flat back. Okay, you're not overarching. You want to maintain that the whole way. And just remember that your elbows are coming out at like a 45-degree angle. They're not coming out to the side. They're not right next to your body. And you're squeezing your shoulder blades together as you come down, nice and slow. If you ever find, if you're in the other exercise here and you just can't maintain form, then go on to an incline. All right, awesome. Let's move on to the next exercise. All right, so now that you've done that exercise, we're gonna move on to our banded pull-aparts, okay? So you're gonna start in a standing position with your resistance band. You're gonna hold on to it, palms facing down to start, and at shoulder height. Okay, so you're gonna start not with the stretched shoulder, but your shoulders down and back. A good strong position, engage the core. And now you're just gonna pull apart, keeping your arms straight and strong when it touches your chest, and then back out. So it's nice, slow, and controlled. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together in the back, making sure that you're not ever shrugging in this movement. So you're gonna do 8 of these, slow and controlled, keeping those arms straight. Now you're gonna change it so then your palms are up, okay? Looking at a side view, good. You're gonna do 8 more with your palms up, all right? So squeeze those shoulder blades together, okay? Again, nice, strong upper body, nice, strong stance, keeping those elbows or your arms straight and strong. All right, so back to set number 2, second exercise here, back to our banded pull-aparts, okay? So palms down, and we're having a nice strong stance here, engage the core. Remember, our shoulders are down and not shrugged, okay? Nice and strong, slow, controlled movement, squeezing the shoulder blades at the back. Okay, if you find this is too easy, you can always grab onto the band closer together, so it's harder to pull apart. Okay, so once you've done 8, you're gonna go palms up. All right, or you can move on if you have another band to a harder, greater resistance band to add a bit more of a challenge. Okay, so those are 2 ways that we can progress this exercise. And now when you're done 8, we're gonna move on to the 3rd exercise. Okay, last set, everybody. We're going back to those banded pull-aparts. All right, so again, starting with our palms facing down, holding at a distance that creates the best tension, so it's challenging for you as you pull them apart. Okay, so you're keeping your arms at shoulder height. All right, making sure shoulders are not shrugging, they're backing down. You're gonna do 8, palms down. And now remember, you're gonna do 8 more with your palms facing up, okay? Nice and strong, letting the band touch the chest, that's how far back you go, or just vertically out to this, or just out to the side horizontally. And you're gonna do 8 more. Nice, all right, on to the last exercise. Good work. All right, so now that we're done that, we're moving on to our last exercise in the superset, which is our front to lateral raise. So for this one, you're gonna need to grab some lighter weight if you are just starting this exercise, you haven't done it before. So lighter dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells at home, grab a couple cans of food, fill up some water bottles at home. You can decide what weight you can lift. And so just kind of be creative and find something at home. We have Brent here showing with lighter dumbbells to start. Okay, so again, a nice strong stance. Okay, so your shoulders down and back, and you're going to start with a frontal raise up to shoulder height. You're going to come back down and then out to the sides. All right, so we're going to do 8 of each. All right, nice slow control. Again, we're keeping our arms straight and strong throughout, and we're keeping our shoulders back and down. So we're never shrugging in this. If you do find you're shrugging, your weight that you're trying to lift is probably too much. If you also find that you're arching to try and get them up, the weights up, that's also an indication that you are, first of all, not engaging your core, and second of all, it's probably too much of a weight you're lifting, so you want to then go lighter. All right, so we're going to do 8, which we're done, and now we're going to go on to our second set. All right. Okay, so last exercise, set number 2. Okay, we're going to do our front to lateral raises. Again, all right, so if you found that the first set was pretty easy, then let's go up in weight if you can. Find something heavier in the home, okay? So again, we're going to the front to shoulder height, to the side to shoulder height. We're engaging our core, okay? So we don't want to overarch our back, especially when we try and lift them up to shoulder height. Okay, so if you do find you are arching, you probably need to go down in weight. Okay, so out to the side, your arms are nice and strong, they're straight, and you're going to do 8 of each. All right, good job. Grab some water and we'll start set number 3. We are almost done. We are at our last exercise here, last set. Okay, so back to those front lateral raises. All right, grab the weight that you found was challenging, but also you could maintain good posture, good core, good form. All right, so you can see Brent here. He is not arching, trying to get the weight up to shoulder height. He's engaging his core, good kind of neutral spine stance. His arms are strong and they're straight. Okay, and he's raising until shoulder height. All right, and his spine, so his neck is neutral. He's not pushing his head forward, and his shoulders are down throughout the movement. Okay, so you're going to do 8 of these. Good job. Nice work, guys. All right, guys, we're almost done our workout for the day. Okay, so we're going to end our session with an EMOM. All right, every minute on the minute. You guys should be familiar with this one. But essentially what we are doing is we have 2 different exercises for you to complete as fast as you can while still keeping good form. And then whatever is left in the minute is your rest time. And you restart at the start of every minute, and we're going to go for a total of 10 minutes. Okay, so you're going to do each round 10 times. So I'm just going to demonstrate or let Brent demonstrate for you guys first the 2 exercises that we are going to do, and then we will get started. Okay, so the first one we're gonna get is a plank shoulder tap. So we're gonna get into a high plank. Okay, so our hands are closer together with our legs further apart for more balance. Okay, again, we're gonna keep a flat back. We're not having an arch in our back, and our butt is just a nice straight plank that we have there. So our butt's not raised or it's not sagging. From here, we are going to engage our core, pull your belly button into your spine. We're gonna lift one end to touch our opposite shoulder, and we're gonna continue. So you're going to do a total of 6 touches, okay? So we don't want you to rotate, shifting a lot of your weight from side to side, okay? So that our hips are moving. We wanna stay nice and stiff, nice and still, and then touch our opposite shoulders. Once you've done that, you're gonna move into our squat up downs. Okay, so you're gonna get into your nice squat position. Okay, so feet hip width apart. Okay, we're gonna get into a nice squat, and what you're gonna do from here is lower. Let's put your right foot down, left down on your knee, right up, left up. Staying in that nice squat position. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 of each, so we're alternating. Okay? There we go. So now we're gonna go on to the other side. Awesome. So we're gonna do 3 right down first, 3 left down first. We're gonna alternate between the 2 of them. So you got a total of 6. Once you've done that, you've got your rest. Okay? So those are the 2 exercises. I'm gonna get our timer out, and we're gonna go do this for 10 times. Make sure you have your water close by so that you can quickly grab some water in your rest time. Okay? So, are we ready? We're gonna start. Let's get into that plank position. I've got my timing here, and we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So you see here, nice high plank. Okay, nice and stable. We're not rotating at all through the hips. We're transferring the weight nicely, engaging the core. Now we're getting to the squat up downs. That's it, alternating. Okay, so right, left, left, right. Okay, keeping that low center of gravity, okay? So we're not fully standing up between, we're staying nice and low. And now we're resting. Good work. I'm gonna jump in on this one too. And we've got just a few seconds left. All right, grab some water and we'll get into position. We'll give you a 5-second count into it. All right. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Good work, everybody. 30 seconds rest. If you are currently done, keep going. If you've still got more to do. All right, good work. That is 2 out of 10. And go. That's it, 6 per side, or 3 per side, 6 touches. Okay, really engage that core. We don't want to have any movement within the hips. That's it, get into that squat. Stay nice and low so your head really isn't moving in height at all throughout the movement. Keep going, you guys. You've got this. Awesome. All right, when you guys are done, grab some water if you need it. And we've got a little bit of rest. Go. That's it. 6 per side or 3 per side, 6 touches. Okay? Really engage that core. We don't want to have any movement within the hips. That's it. Get into that squat. Stay nice and low so your head really isn't moving in height at all throughout the movement. Keep going, you guys. You've got this. Awesome. All right, when you guys are done, grab some water if you need it. And we've got a little bit of rest. And go. That's it. 6 per side or 3 per side, 6 touches. Okay? Really engage that core. We don't want to have any movement within the hips. That's it. Get into that squat. Stay nice and low so your head really isn't moving in height at all throughout the movement. Keep going, you guys. You've got this. Awesome. All right, when you guys are done, grab some water if you need it. And we've got a little bit of rest. And go. That's it. 6 per side or 3 per side, 6 touches. Okay? Really engage that core. We don't want to have any movement within the hips. That's it. Get into that squat. Stay nice and low so your head really isn't moving in height at all throughout the movement. Keep going, you guys. You've got this. Awesome. All right, when you guys are done, grab some water if you need it. And we've got a little bit of rest. Go. That's it. 6 per side or 3 per side, 6 touches. Okay? Really engage that core. We don't want to have any movement within the hips. That's it. Get into that squat. Stay nice and low so your head really isn't moving in height at all throughout the movement. Keep going, you guys. You've got this. Awesome. All right, when you guys are done, grab some water if you need it. And we've got a little bit of rest. Go. That's it. 6 per side or 3 per side, 6 touches. Okay? Really engage that core. We don't want to have any movement within the hips. That's it. Get into that squat. Stay nice and low so your head really isn't moving in height at all throughout the movement. Keep going, you guys. You've got this. Awesome. All right, when you guys are done, grab some water if you need it. And we've got a little bit of rest. That's it, 6 per side, or 3 per side, 6 touches. Okay, really engage that core. We don't want to have any movement within the hips. That's it, get into that squat, stay nice and low so your head really isn't moving in height at all throughout the movement. Keep going, you guys, you've got this. Awesome. All right, when you guys are done, grab some water if you need it, and we've got a little bit of rest. All right, guys, we're almost there. We have one more to go. We're going to join you together, okay? So let's go set up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. That's it. Keep going. Push through. I know your core is tired, but really resist the urge to twist. Once you're done that, let's get into those squat up downs. Okay, remember, we're alternating. Okay, you're doing 3 of each. Let's go, you guys got this. Woo! Awesome, well done everybody. You have done 10 minutes of EMOM. Grab some water. You are done for the day. Good job.